What's up, guys? It's your boy Michael back with you with another video. In this video, it's going to be my review and thoughts on the Alamo Bowl last night between the TCU Horned Frogs and the Stanford Cardinal. Obviously, it was a big game, guys. It was a big-time matchup. I said in my preview video, on paper, you think, wow, it's going to be a good game. But when I watched Stanford, consistently studied them, watched their games, I was like, dude, they're gonna cause some problems for TCU. And size at receiver was giving them the edge. Like I said, they gave those fade routes to J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the red zone. Obviously, they picked on Anthony Tejada, Jeff Gladney. But ultimately, guys, the defense showed out. They contained Bryce Love very well. All year, I had not seen a defense contain Bryce Love the way TCU did. Y'all may say, well, he had 145 yards. Let's talk about that. Besides an 11-yard touchdown run and a 69-yard touchdown run, what else did he do, guys? I'm not disrespecting Bryce Love. This guy is fast. He's got agility, mobility. But defensive line of TCU just consistently clogged that middle. Bryce Love, Stanford likes to attack the middle and do some zone, create some holes between the guards and the tackles. TCU did an amazing job. Garrett Wallow, who is a strong safety, it was announced that he was going to be moving to linebacker next year. He played a little linebacker last night, guys. He did a great job. Some good tackles. Enes Gaines, who was filling in for our starting strong safety, Ridwan Issahaku, who did not play last night for whatever reason. I do not know. Don't know why he was out. But, guys, these two guys really showed out last night. Travon Howard, again, led the team with 10 tackles. He's obviously the career leading tackler in TCU history. He's the 3 years as a starting linebacker and 3 years running 100 tackle seasons. So kudos to him, my favorite TCU Horned Frog of all time. Yes, over Andy Dalton, Trevon Boykin, Josh Dodson, whatever the case may be. But, defensively, it started out pretty shaky. The offense put our defense in some bad situations. And that was really the tail end of the story. The defense needed to get off the field, and we didn't do that so great in the first half. We were down 21-3, and they did have success going in the under routes, the tight end streaking in the seams, whether if it was the running back coming out of the backfield. Scarlett, that dude Scarlett, man, I underrated his ability coming out of the backfield. I will say that. He was more of a power runner that I saw during film. He wasn't that power runner in this game. I think he was better suited for the passing game than he was the running game. Obviously, Bryce Love got 25, 26 carries. He didn't finish the last drive because of a thumb injury. He was on the second to last drive. They were already in the red zone when he came out of the game with a bloody hand or something. But man, guys, Stanford did pick on TCU. Like I said, Stanford's going to get theirs. Bryce Love is going to get his. They're going to put up points because the big receivers tend to have success against TCU. You saw it with Iowa State. You saw it with Iowa State. Butler and Lazard, they were picking on Anthony Tejada the whole game. I believe a difference maker in this game was when it was 14-3. When it was 14-3, Stanford is at the 40-yard line of TCU, and KJ Costello goes deep in the end zone. Nick Orr picks the ball off. That drive could have been a touchdown or a field goal, and that allowed us to buy more time and keep Stanford out of the end zone. That was a great play, an overthrown pass, but when you get those opportunities, make the play. Great job by Nick Orr getting the interception. The job that Stanford did, they did have some success. Like I said, Bryce Love got a 69-yard touchdown run, an 11-yard touchdown run. Other than that, guys, he wasn't all that effective. Credit the TCU defense. The defensive line was all over the place, guys. They were throwing Stanford linemen off of them. I'm not sure if y'all saw this, but I retweeted a tweet where LJ Collier, our defensive end, completely destroyed the right tackle of Stanford. Like, it was a thing of power and speed. He just threw the right tackle. KJ Costello was in pressure quite a bit in the second half. He was getting pressured a lot. Matt Boson went out with a bang. He had like 6 tackles, but those tackles were big. They were big, getting in the backfield, stopping Bryce Love, potentially stopping him from getting that 15-yard run and keeping it a 2-yard run. Because really, guys, this whole game, Bryce Love was a missed tackle or two from breaking off a lot of runs. He was. But this was probably TCU's best game in tackling. Probably. And we needed it in this game. We contained Bryce Love. Obviously, he was public enemy number 1. We did a great job. Other than the 69-yard touchdown run, he's basically having 25 carries for 76 yards. I'll take that any day of the week. I mean, hell, he had, 200 yards on Washington? Gosh, guys, I love this freaking team, man. I love this team. Everyone on this team, guys. I love Gary Patterson. I love Kenny Hill, Traven Howard, Nick Orr, Kyle Hicks. Oh, my gosh. That's going to be in another video that I'm going to post here in the next week or so. Obviously, our junior defensive end, Ben Banagoo, now that the bowl game's over, he's going to start contemplating whether to go to the NFL or return for his senior year. Me personally, go get that degree, dude. Go get that degree because you never know what an injury might do to your career. An injury happens, at least you have that degree in your back pocket. Now, you can always go back and continue your schoolwork. Don't get me wrong. You can always go back. But me, preferably, I want him to stay at school and get that degree, man. Degrees are important. They're important. I would take degree over going to the NFL. But, again, I'm not in his mind. He's going to talk with Coach P. He's going to talk with his teammates. He's going to talk with his family. Best of luck in your decision. I support you either or. Obviously, if he leaves, there's going to be some holes to fill. Matt Boson leaves. Then Ben Banagoo would be leaving, but hopefully he doesn't leave. To continue on with the game, guys, I loved what Sonny Cumbie did. He did a lot of under routes. He got the ball moving in the run game. Kenny Hill was obviously struggling early, so what did he do? Create design runs for Kenny Hill. Let him start getting his legs moving, get his confidence up. Running the ball is obviously the difference maker for Kenny Hill. I don't think he's that pocket passer, but when he gets running, when the running game is there to help him out, he's dangerous. Kyle Hicks, he had about 8 carries for 60 yards. Shewa Alanalua had 5 carries for 58 yards. Or did I say something different? I think it was 5 carries for 58 yards. And then he had about 3 receptions for 40 yards. Shewa Alanalua, I think, was a big difference maker in this game. He was a power runner. This Stanford defense got gassed, guys. Like I said, these teams that say, oh, the Big 12 doesn't play any defense, what have we seen so far? UCLA was gassed because they couldn't stop Kansas State. Virginia Tech was gassed because they couldn't stop Oklahoma State. Missouri was gassed when they couldn't stop Texas. Stanford was gassed. They couldn't stop TCU. Especially when that run game gets going, TCU is a dangerous football team. Obviously, you saw it in the Big 12 championship. When we get the ball rolling, this offense is moving. We didn't do that early on like in the first 3 drives. But for the rest of the game, the ball was effectively getting moved, running the ball. Great gameplay calling by Sonny Cumbie. Great job. Started off rocky, but buddy, you redeemed yourself in this game. Desmond White, what can I say? He played big. That little leg move on that punt return, ooh, man, that was good. John Diar's got his in. Jerrison Stewart had a big 14-yard reception. It was 1 reception the whole game, but it was a 14-yard reception on a 3rd down and 12, I believe, to keep the chains rolling. Obviously, Kenny Hill basically probably had his best game of the year. And that's surprising, I know, but in the game against the team he was going against, it was probably his best game. We caught the ball very well. There was no drops. Thank God. And that was the difference maker, guys. That was the difference maker. When TCU has the speed that it has and they're running the ball, they are going to win this game. Stanford won the time of possession. I believe it was 33 minutes to TCU's 26. But most of that really came in the first half when they were effectively running the ball. TCU consistently kept going 3 and outs early on. But, guys, this team just prevailed. And the second half, I really love the second half adjustments. We really did go a lot of man-to-man and great tackling. Great tackling by Ennis Gaines. A game-saving tackle when he got off the block and tackled Bryce Love. Guys, I'm not sure what else to say. This team pulled through. I saw y'all's comments. Some of y'all that were in my live reaction one saying acting like we won the national championship. No, we just won a really big bowl game against a very good team for our seniors that basically were the difference makers in our game. So we love our seniors. We support our seniors, and when we see them making plays, guess what? We cheer them on. That's what college football is all about. They're not professionals yet. So we cheer them on no matter what. I don't care if it was a Alamo Bowl, Liberty Bowl, the Armed Forces Bowl, whatever the case may be. I don't care. I'm going to support my team anytime because we know how to put on great games. Again, guys, I'm going to get to all y'all Georgia fans. I really am. I'm going to destroy y'all after the Oklahoma and Georgia game. But that's later. To focus more on TCU, guys, this senior class, man, it's going to be an end of an era. We're losing 4 out of 5 starters on our offensive line. Kyle Hicks leaves. Kenny Hill leaves. But what a great way to go out, guys. Gary Patterson just consistently continues to outcoach his counterpart. He continues to prove that he is one of the best in the league and best in the country at developing talent, at scheming different ways to stop offenses. Oh, man, guys, this man just continues to prove his greatness. This team continues to show their grit. Their IQ levels are great. And what can I say, guys? What a great way to cap off. This team deserved this win, guys. They deserve this win. A lot of ups and downs. Obviously, the season started off great, 7-0. Ended the year 3-3. Obviously, got trumped in the Big 12 championship game. But TCU athletics in general, guys, they just keep making strides. Getting to the Big 12 championship game was great for national exposure. No, we didn't have the performance we wanted to. But just being a part of Championship Saturday was great for national exposure. Obviously, for you Georgia fans, Aaron Brule, a linebacker safety type guy, just decommitted from Georgia. He's obviously most likely going to go to TCU. He was on the official visit 2-3 weeks ago, and 2 weeks ago, and he's heavily favored to go to TCU. I can't wait to see him in purple and white. Man, guys, I'm not sure what else I can say. I love this team, man. Last night, oh, man, like I said, I didn't go to sleep until 4 or 5. I just kept going through Twitter, seeing all the guys posting their pictures and everything, and man, I'm sad the season's over, guys. I would have loved to see this team on a semifinal stage, but hopefully Oklahoma gets it done for us for the Big 12. Man, guys, what a magical year, man. Kyle Hicks did his thing. The job Patrick Morris did on Harrison Phillips was amazing. Man-to-man blocking the whole game, no double teams. And Patrick Morris, like I said, our strongest lineman, the difference maker on our offensive line, he did an amazing job. Again, great job by Kenny Hill, just flipping the switch, going out with a bang. He deserved this. A lot of scrutiny he got for the last 2 years, but went out with a bang. It was a great game nonetheless. Stanford put on an amazing show. That Stanford team is going to be a force to reckon with in the Pac-12 next year, guys. I expect them to early on maybe be considered for the playoff. Look out for them next year, guys. Hopefully Bryce Love returns. They're losing some key pieces, but they also got a great recruiting class coming in. So that'll do it for this video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, guys. I'm leaving my link in the description below. And great year, guys. Go Frogs.